Well, right here is the fertilizer for my garden. That's Rocky. He is a blue tilapia. And I've had him ever since he was an inch or so long. Half inch. I'm getting a lot of reflection there, sorry about that. But he's in a 55-gallon aquarium here. And pretty basic setup for the aquarium. I've got a breeding pair of pink convict cichlids right here as well. That one with the long fins on the left is the male, and this smaller one up above is the female. You notice that male has long pointy fins there, and those are the newborn fry. Here it looks like they're feeding on algae on the side. I kind of keep that purposely, the algae and the good bacteria that grows in an aquarium. I keep that and they feed off of that. I also feed them flake food that I grind down into powder. And also when they start off, I feed them newborn brine shrimp. And after a week or so, they grow pretty quick if you keep changing the water and start them on that brine shrimp. And then actually a very economic option that you can do that's high in protein is just get a can of salmon or tuna fish in a can in a water base, and just take a little pinch of it and kind of smash it between your fingers in as small pieces as you can, and it kind of gets into real small particles, and the fry can eat that as well. And that's real high in protein, and they grow real quick when you feed them that. And the adults like it too, and they will breed like within a week when you start them on that. So this is the 55-gallon aquarium. That part's a little dirty. It's a 55-gallon right there, and I take about 5 gallons of water out of this, and that's the male right there. There's another female up there, and he's keeping that other female away from the babies. There they go. And so I take about 5 gallons out of this and put it on my garden. So it's an organic garden. I fertilize my garden with the water here, and then I put clean water here, so back in, works out for the fish and works out for the garden. This is a real economic filter that I made, a do-it-yourself homemade filter. That's a plastic juice jar, and filled with gravel. And on this side, on the back side, towards the bottom, you can see I put holes in it. There's 2 of them in there. Just put holes towards the bottom side there, and that's the intake where the water comes in. And the water flows through this gravel. And on this side, I have 2 PVC elbows that I put in there with silicone sealant to make a watertight seal. And then I have a riser on them, just as high as it'll go. The more rise you have, the more it'll pull, more it'll have suction to pull the water through the jar. And So it just goes right up there to the top, and I just simply have a air tube going down to the bottom in each one of these, and those bubbles of air, you know, start all the way down here, and as they travel up, they pull the water right there with it. So it's kind of the same system as a box filter or an underground filter. Only difference is I have them in these. And then what I can do with that every couple months is I can take that jar out and take 5 gallons of water out of here, and then take that jar out, and I actually kind of just shake it and move it back and forth and rinse all the good bacteria and nitrogen and everything that's in that gravel into the water in the bucket. And it's a real high nitrogen, intense fertilizer, concentrated fertilizer for your garden. And so I do that. My garden is doing great, as you might have seen in another video with that. All right. Well, that's all for now. I just wanted to show you the organic fertilizer engine for my garden, and a couple little things that I have going on here, and so it's cheap fertilizer. My boys love to watch the fish, and so works out good. All right, that's all for now on Organic Garden Setup.